Hi, and welcome to this new tutorial. And today I want to show you how I'm integrating my new SP-404 by Roland with the Octatrack and other machine in my workflow. This is one of the way because I found this machine so useful in different situation. I use it for sampling, resampling, for exchanging audio between Octatrack and DSP back and forth. And this is the topic I want to cover today. Basically using the SP as an effect box for the Octatrack, but not on the output, but for the samples, for sound design, and for expanding the effects that we have into the Octatrack. So basically the audio routing is like that. The Q out, the two Q out on the Octatrack are going into the input of the ESP, and the output of the ESP is coming into the input A and B of the Octatrack. This way, with the Q output, I can send audio through DSP, record the audio, and then treat with the effects. So I have this kick here, which is dull, as you can hear. I can start to mangle with the effects into the Octatrack, of course, adding a little bit of distortion. A little bit of body. But I want more, and I want more than two effects at the same time. So what I can do is to send the audio, send this kick to the SP-404. Now, the way you can use to transfer audio is, of course, the Q output is set to mute. So every time I cue a track, it automatically mutes on the main output. So you can't see right now. I haven't connected to my audio interface my headphones out because I'm monitoring with this. That's why you can't hear. But now let's activate the external source on the SP so it can listen. And pay attention to one thing, MIDI side, they are connected also. The Octatrack is sending the clock and the transport out, so they are synced. And this is pretty important, especially when you are recording back stuff for have a perfect loop at the end. Now let's record that. I need to set maybe 1 bar only. All right, let's pick this, and now you have here the kick because the external source is on, so I'm monitoring basically the Q output with this. Let's switch off, and here we have our little kick loop, 1 bar. Maybe let's all right, now on the SP we have a lot of effects, and we have basically 4 buses. The bus 1, the bus 2 are for the live effects, and the bus 3 and 4 are pretty much fixed, and you can find them into the effect settings. Now are both bypassed, but you have also the ability to use the bus 1 and 2 in serial and not in parallel, but I prefer in parallel because you don't have an easy option to an easy way to change on the fly this bus 1 and 2 the effects, but the last one, this one, you can change on the fly, only this one, so it's not so convenient. Every time you want to change the effects from bus 1 d3 and 2 for the bus 2, you have to go in the effect settings, so it's not so convenient. But anyway, now let's activate the bus 3 and 4, and I have here a equalizer on bus 3 and compressor on bus 4, but we can choose a lot of effects. All right, but let's stick with the equalizer because I want the EQ for this kick. And now let's reset. Let's reset this. We have the 3-band equalizer, so low, mid, and high gain, and we can pick our frequencies here that are correspondent. This is without. So let's add a little bit of body, and maybe we can find a yes. Then let's throw out mid frequencies just to curve a little bit this kick, and only 2K. All right, and this is the first effect we can use. Now on the bus 4 we have the compressor, so let's reset also this. We have ratio, attack, and sustain. This is a kick, so I want a very snappy transient, so I want to slow the attack and have a fairly fast release. This is without compression, and it's basically distorting because the SP doesn't have so much headroom, so you have to be aware of the level. Oh yeah. Let's compensate a little bit. All right, and here we have the bus 3 and 4. All right, now we can exit from this, and we have also the bus 2. I don't use the bus 1 because every time I have to dig, as I said, into the FX settings, so I tend to use one effects at the time, but it's really fast to do, so nothing to worry about. I want to add a little bit of body, and here we have the resonator. Which is basically a cam filter, I think. We can stick the page. All right. Right, this one. also choose different variation. Without. This add a lot of body to this kick. So let's resample that, because we have finished our effects locked. And big resample. I want to resample to this pad, and now is not equal because we have to deselect and shut down the bus 3 and 4 because they are always active. Here we go. Now we have. Maybe we can add also a little bit of, I don't know, distortion or saturation. Here we have a good filter, which is filter plus drive, which is not bad. Now we have to set this. All right. Maybe let's have. Okay, sometimes it works, sometimes not. I don't think this is one of the time that works. I don't like that. The distortion algorithm into DSP are a little bit strange. They tend to have at first high gain, so you have to be aware of that. But anyway, maybe let's try another thing. We have here we have the distortion, the overdrive. Maybe let's play with the tone. Now you can add with this overdrive a little bit of mid-frequency, which I really like inside my kicks. Yeah, let's stick with that. So let's resample again. Now, resend the audio into the Octatrack. And I do this especially with drums because I want my drums into the Octatrack and not into other machine. The SP has various rooms inside my workflow, and this is the way I'm using that machine when I'm trying to find sound design, and I am writing my track basically. When I perform, I use this as a clip launcher, maybe. I can call like this. So it has other tasks. But now let's delete these two we don't need anymore. And just to reference, oh, it's queued. This is the start, and this is the affected version. Now, I have set here on track 7 a recording buffer, and we have to receive audio from A and B. 16 steps. Let's fade a little bit. Let's place a trig. Now, in order to have a perfect loop, we don't have the ability to launch a pad, but we have the ability to launch a pattern. So let's record a simple pattern in pattern 1, length 1 bar. We have to quantize. And now we simply press a button. And we have our pattern. So every time I hit play here, the pattern is synced. We can take advantage of that because with this method we can record perfect loop. And that's what we want. So let's record that. All right. And this is our kick. So now we can save and assign sample. I don't know, kick 2, because in this project I have some kicks, flex tracks. And now we can mute that. Of course, we are hearing and voila, we have our loop with the effects. And it's, I think, a little bit faster than doing that kind of treatment inside the Octatrack, just because we can use at least 3 effects at the time. Now let's try to use another. This is a, I don't know, another sample. This one. Okay, this one, which is in D minor. All right. Maybe we can slice that one. Maybe yes. Create slice grid 16. Yeah. And let's do a random lux. Yeah, let's try this. So, same thing as before. We have to activate the external source. Now, let's record a 1 bar loop. Maybe here. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, and let's do the same thing. Let's find some effects. Maybe this time we can use only the bus 2 effects, and the SP has a Juno chorus, which is really, really good. We have different options. The JX, the classic Juno, and the Juno 1. Yeah, let's stick with that. Resample. Let's delete this. We don't need anymore. And let's try something else. We have a lot of effects. Also this strange kind of effect, the donor. This is so strange. But maybe, I don't know. We have the saturation. Sometimes we have into the effects some little EQ, as in this case, which are really, really useful. Yeah, let's stick with that. Maybe a little bit more of low. It's a little bit warmer. Resample. And yeah, maybe let's try another effect. We have also the cassette simulator, which is really nice. And we have to set this one, the flutter and the catch. It's a little bit dusty. And once you get the workflow, it's really, really fast to add effects. We have also a wah. Oops, sorry. We have to activate the bus. Or a tremolo. Ring modulation. This one also is really nice. Maybe I'll just a touch to give some movement without and with this light movement. And all right, now we have to record a pattern. So 1 bar, record, and the pad is the right. Now let's and we have to save and assign sample. We can call it, I don't know, synth. This is really a basic stuff. We can do a lot of things with the effects on the ESP. And now let's add this one and delete that. All right. I use this a premixing tool. Usually I try to polish my samples from the frequencies I don't want in the writing stage. You can start now to mangle, yeah, with the various effects into the Octatrack and various treatment, which we all know. Basically, this is the basic idea on using two machines together. I will do more videos on integrating my SP on my workflow, because it really worth. This is a great machine, and you can use on a lot of different situations. So this will be the first of other videos. Take this concept and try to think at your machines and at your hardware. Maybe you don't have a Q output, but you have a mixer, so you can have an external Q out to route into another machine. I'm sure that there are many machines that can do that. The fact the SP has a lot of effects is a good thing, and to me is a natural thing to use properly the effect, especially the equalizer and compression, which are really, really important on the mixing, and in this case pre-mixing into the hardware, so you have a proper sounding track when you arrive to the mixing stage and the mastering stage. You don't have to miss a lot with other thing, especially when you are recording like me in one track only. I'm recording only the general output of my performance. My two techno EP are recorded like that, are basically a live performance recorded into Ableton and then polished a little bit and mastered. This is how I like to work, because especially with the Octatrack, if you record the separate track, which of course you can do with a little bit of work, you miss the compression and the sound that the Octatrack naturally inject into the main output. It's subtle, but I notice that it's there, and I really like the way the Octatrack sounds. So that's why I want to use the Octatrack as a main output, and I'm recording only in one track, only the output, and not on the separate track. This forced me to think previously on my sound, on sound design, and on pre-mixing. And this is the way I use the effects into the SP, back and forth. So I hope this tutorial will be useful for you. And don't miss my Gumroad page, where you can find samples and instruments for various machines. And I'm working on my first pack for the ESP. It will be a techno pack. And you can book also my mastering service for dawless musician or non-dawless musician. Basically, that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye!